What up, everybody? It's D Lynch coming at you with my first official YouTube video. You know, I've been doing these little beat videos and stuff, trying to get this YouTube video up, but I decided it's time to kick it up a notch, start doing some actual videos, share some of these gems that I've learned along the way with you guys, you know, build this little community. Maybe I'll learn something from you guys, as I'm sure I will. If you guys are just now interacting with me for the first time and you have no idea who I am, my name is D Lynch. I'm a hip-hop producer, hip-hop artist. I've got 18 million streams and YouTube views all across all streaming platforms, and of course on YouTube, as I just said. I've been fortunate enough to do songs with people like Snoop Dogg, Famous Dex, Wiz Khalifa, Rick Ross, Royce da 5'9", Lil Wayne. The list goes on and on and on. One of the biggest questions I get asked, you know, when I talk to other producers, other artists, is, you know, what are you doing to promote your music and your beats? More importantly, how are you getting beat sales through promoting on Facebook, on Instagram? Because they see me doing a lot of this. You know, I spend a lot of time, a lot of money. A large portion of my promotions and what I do goes into Facebook ads, Instagram ads. And, you know, they ask me, like, how you doing it? You know, is it a good move for me? And, you know, they don't really know how to go about the process. And I know a lot of people don't. So it's exactly what we're going to get into right now. We're going to break down the process, exactly what I do, what you need to do to build your brand awareness, and most importantly, get yourself some consistent beat sales. We're going to get into it right after the intro.
Yo, Redman in the building, you already know. Jersey's finest, Funk Dr. Spot up in this bitch. First of all, I want to shout out the homie D Lynch.
This is for my man D Lynch, okay?
This is sending a shout out to D Lynch.
Yo, I just want to shout out my dude D Lynch.
D Lynch is the business. I mean, come on, Ice-T's co-signing? You know, I don't like garbage music, you know what I'm saying?
D Lynch, putting in that work, baby. Redman in the building, Gilla House Def Squad, we here. Yo, D Lynch, go get him, baby.
So unless you've been completely living under a rock for the last 2 or 3 years, you've probably heard a lot of people talk about Facebook ads, especially in the producer community, you know, pushing their beats through Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Why is this so effective? Why do you see so many people get such consistent beat sales? People like Legion Beats, people like Cash Money AP, Cato. Why is this working for them? Well, it's pretty simple. Number one is because most people spend most of their time on Facebook and Instagram, and these platforms are built in a way to where they want to keep you on their websites for as long as possible. They're literally built like this. So you want to hit people exactly where they live, where everybody's attention is. And that's really what you guys are fighting for in the digital age. Currently in 2019, going on to 2020 and beyond, you guys right now are fighting with a bunch of other producers, a bunch of other artists for attention. So if you had a cheap way to put your content right in front of a whole bunch of people, thousands, tens of thousands, millions, what have you, wouldn't you want to take advantage of that? And furthermore, wouldn't you want to be able to retarget those people that saw your ad? Or wouldn't you want to be able to have a consistent way to contact and engage with those people that saw your first ad, so you can over time turn them into loyal, consistent customers? Sounds pretty nice, right? Now, furthermore, what if you had the ability to take the people that interacted with your ad, that saw your ad, that gave you those views, that gave you those likes, even the people that did a free download, bought a lease, whatever it might be, if you had the ability to find more people like them that had similar interests, similar browsing habits, wouldn't you want to be able to do that? Well, Facebook and Instagram ads allow that. You can literally target people down to creepy levels if you really want to. Obviously now we're not doing any kind of creepy level targeting or anything like that. We just want to find rappers. And if we are a rapper, whatever it is that you do, you just want to find an audience. And luckily, we as musicians, it's a little bit easier for us than it is for people in other industries, you know, especially if you're just an artist and your main goal is getting as many views as possible. You don't have to go through all the steps that other industries have to go through as far as selling tangible products or services or whatever it is that they're promoting on Facebook and Instagram. So how do you do this? Well, we're going to get into that right now. I'm about to show you guys exactly what I do to push my music, to sell my beats, all of that. I'm going to open up Facebook ads and we can get right into it. Let's do it. All right, so I already did a video on this a little while ago, and I thought about maybe just uploading that, you know, with a couple extra intros in there and a little other few tidbits, but it's changed. Ad managers have changed so much since the last time I did that video. And one thing you'll learn about social media marketing is that it's always changing. So I figured we might as well just jump into this, create everything by scratch, and show you guys how to do it. So this is Ads Manager when you open up Facebook. If you haven't seen this before, we'll just start at that bare basics right there. If you guys haven't seen this before, this is Ads Manager. How you find this, how you get to this page is you just search for it in your Facebook search bar like you were going to find your grandma or going to say hello to your mom or whatever it is you might be. Same way you find your friends. You type in Ads Manager. This opens up, or actually a screen beforehand will open up with your name on it. But, you know, it's got some, it also has, you know, some personal information. So you might not want to share that when you're doing these videos. So for the sake of the video, I already just got to open up to this screen. When you open it up, this way you're going to look. This is what it's going to look like, rather. Like I said, first video, still kind of getting used to this. So everything kind of used to be right here. Everything is right here now, down to business tools menu. You're going to need to know that because everything we're about to do is going to be in this section. I actually had to stop the video for a second and take a look at everything to just kind of get familiar with where everything is at now. But it's pretty self-explanatory. They kind of just put it all into one little area instead of spread out all over the place, which I think I kind of appreciate. So what we're going to do, right, and for the sake of this video, we're just going to stick strictly to selling beats. I will do another video later for all you artists, all you rappers, all you singers, whatever it is, again, that you do. And yeah, we're just going to stick to selling beats here. So since we're talking about selling beats, I assume that all of you guys have a beat store. If you don't have a beat store in 2019, you can take it or leave it, but I would highly suggest doing so. You know, one of the most important things about business is adapting with current times. And, you know, if you're just uploading beats on YouTube and being like, hey, dog, email me, you're probably going to get left behind. Not too many people want to take the time out to email you. And then furthermore, they don't really want to take the time out to wait for you to send the beat when there's BeatStars and Airbit and TrackTrain, which give you instantaneous downloads. So shout out to you guys that are already with the curve. What we want to do, the first thing we want to do here, before you set up any ad, before you set up any content, before you do anything related to any of this, you want to set up and create a pixel. It's really, really simple to do. I've already created one, so I can't create one live for you. But it's simple, dude. Like a 5-year-old could do it. It's just clicking some buttons. It guides you through it. It gives you a little code. Bing, bang, boom. You're ready to go. Your pixel set up. When you got your pixel set up, you're going to want to copy this pixel ID right here. You're going to want to put that in. I don't know how it works for TrackTrain. I don't know how it works for Airbit. Maybe you guys can tell me down in the comments how that works. But for your BeatStars, you want to open this bad boy up. Gonna fucking edit that out. Wait, hold up. Let's stop this fucking video real quick. I have to edit all this shit out. All right, so what we want to do here, move this little thing so it's out of my way. We want to copy this pixel ID, right? It's this number right here. I don't want to actually copy the words pixel ID. We're going to copy this. Did I actually copy, or is it just trying to yell at me? Edit this shit out. I got to do a lot of editing, apparently. And then what we're going to do after we copy the pixel ID is we're going to go into BeatStars right here. And again, I'm not really sure how this works on Airbit. I'm not really sure how this works on TrackTrain. If you know, let us know down in the comments so everybody can stay informed. what we're going to do is we're going to open BeatStars. We're going to go to our pro page settings. If you don't know how to get to your pro page settings for whatever reason, you're going to open this little box right here, go down to distribution and services, click pro page setup. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the page. When this opens up, you'll see this guy right here, Facebook Pixel ID. We're going to copy that number that we just, or we're going to paste that number rather that we just copied, edit that, and put it in here in the box. And that's literally it. We're just going to click save. Our pixel's ready to go. It's going to start sharing or firing information to our pixel from BeatStars. And basically what this does right here is this tracks every action, everything that is done on your BeatStars Pro page is going to get tracked right here. So as you can see, if somebody views the content, boom, it's going to go right there. Page view, boom, right there. And you can go see on, you know, track, play, track, pause, add to cart. So it's going to track everything that our customers do. So, you know, if you have somebody come to your page and they add to cart, but they don't check out, you don't want to lose that customer. You want to be able to turn that person into a customer. That's going to get tracked right here. And we're going to get into a little bit later how you can use this information to target ads to the people that are making these actions on our websites. So first thing is first, set up your pixels. It's very, very important. Before you do anything else, set up them pixels, son. All right, so now that our pixels set up, we're going to dig into the nitty gritty of what you actually need to do to get these ads popping. And we're going to go through a little step-by-step process. And I'm actually going to show you guys a little bit of my secret sauce. But first things first, we got to get the very first ad setups. So one thing you guys need to know before I even start creating this ad, because a lot of producers, man, I've ran a lot of different ad campaigns for a lot of different producers. Like I've literally spent $100,000 since 2016 on Facebook ads, you know, so I've done a lot of campaigns, as you can see right here. And a lot of producers think that you're going to run an ad and you're just going to get a shitload of leases demonetized out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And that's not the reality of the situation. Anything that you do regarding sales, there's something called the 1 to 100 rule, meaning only 1 out of 100 people are going to buy from you on the first interaction. I'll say that one more time so it's really, really, really clear. Only 1 out of 100, put it on the screen, people are going to buy from you on the first interaction. So what this means is that your first couple ads are going to be doing what we call driving up brand awareness, driving up social proof. You got to think about it from a consumer's point of view. If you personally see a beat video that only has 20 views on it, 100 views on it, and I know I'm getting this little YouTube thing popping, so I'll put up some numbers that I've done on Facebook on the screen, so you know we can narrow down the comments in the comment section of, oh, this motherfucker talking about, you know, 20 beat views on a beat video, and this motherfucker's only got 200 fucking views on his beat video. And now, settle down, guy. I've done a lot of numbers on Facebook, so I know a little bit what I'm talking about. But if you only have 100 views, 20 views, you don't have any engagement going on, you're probably going to look at that video and be like, oh, that shit's trash. I ain't clicking on that. Or, you know, nobody's fucking with that. Because that's literally what it makes you think. Nobody's fucking with that. So you're probably going to just pass it. You're not going to click on it. You're not going to engage with it. What we need to do is drive up our social proof. Because if we don't have it, you're certainly not going to buy that beat, right? So the first couple ads that we're going to do is driving up social proof, driving up the awareness on the beats, getting our likes up there, getting our comments up there, getting our shares. There's a process that you need to do. And I'll talk a little bit about exactly what that process is, but we're going to set up our first ad. And again, this is to drive up our social proof. We're not going like, yo, dog, I'm going to get a shitload of leases off this because this is cold traffic. If you get a shitload of leases off of cold traffic, you should hit me up. I'll put my email right there in the description. let's talk business because I got a big old paycheck for you to come work for my company. So we're going to click create ad. You're going to see this little box right here that gives you an objective for each ad that you do. You got your awareness, brand awareness, reach. You got your consideration. You got your conversions. This is going to be the last thing we do. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to go with video views. Somebody actually said, I don't remember who it was. Somebody was just talking, it was a producer. He was just talking about if you're not running video ads in the next 5 years, you're going out of business. I don't care what industry you're in, you're going out of business. And I fully agree with that. You see more and more people doing video ads all the time. And I really think it's going to be the future. You know, Toys R Us went out of business because they refused to adapt and evolve to evolving world. They didn't want to do online sales. They wanted to stick to brick and mortar. What happened to them? So, you know, our small beat selling businesses, we ain't immune. So we're going to do video views. We're going to name the campaign demo because this is demo. All right, so it's going to take us to our audience, which is the most important thing of our ads. The way we target these ads is going to be the most important thing. So you can see here, give your location. It's got United States set up by default. You can target whatever your country is, whether you're in America, United Kingdom, wherever. But it's going to go to, actually, I think it is your location by default. I'm going to limit my age group. This is going to be to 18 to 65 plus by default, but I selected 18 to 35 because I don't know how many hip hop grandmas are out there, how many hip hop granddads, but I don't think they're going to be buying too many beats unless, you know, you got a grandfather that can spit some bars. He's going to drop the next hot album, win himself a Grammy. If that is actually you, and he's got some dope, email it to me. Let me hear it. But otherwise, we're limited down to about 18 to 35. That's honestly our demographic. We're going to go down to detailed targeting. And for this beat, or I'm sorry, this ad, I'm actually going to use one of my J. Cole type beats because I was just thinking about that was one of my most successful ads, which you'll be able to see the numbers here in a minute. So what we're going to do is usually as online producers, we're in this era of the type beats. So, you know, our first instinct is just to target the artist that, you know, is the type of beat that we're putting out there and artists like them. And usually people stop there. And while you do want to target that artist, there's a specific kind of fan of those people that you want to capture. You know, I don't want to just capture J. Cole fans. I want to capture rappers that listen to J. Cole, singer and songwriters that listen to J. Cole, so on and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to target in our detailed targeting J. Cole. We'll do Kendrick Lamar. Just similar. I don't know who else has got pages because you'll notice some of the artists that are like them, they don't all have target audiences. So you kind of just get it to the closest that you can. Do Jay-Z. For good measure, we'll do Kanye West because we're going to actually set up contrasting audiences a little bit later. We'll get into that in a minute though. From there, we're going to do narrow audience. We're going to come down here. We're going to click narrow audience. And then what we're going to type in there is rapping is an interest. Whatever reason, rapper is not one. They got rapping, but not rapper. So we'll do rapping. We'll also do hip hop artist because this is actually a job title. So people are actually putting this on their Facebook pages as their job title, which to me shows that you're a little bit more serious about it. If you're willing to tell the whole world like, hey, I'm a rapper, this is what I do. Obviously, you take it a bit seriously, and that's really what we want to aim for anyway. We don't want to capture any tire kickers, people who are never going to fucking buy beats from us. So I guess also for good measure, we'll do singer, songwriter. These are the people that buy beats. So we'll scroll down. Now, normally most people will tell you not to edit your placements, to leave it automatic. I'm going to tell you to edit your placements. And the reason for that is because we are in a very, very niche market, right? There's a very niche customer base that we have. So therefore, we want our ads to be very specific. If you leave them in automatic, you can see right here, this is where all your ads, this is where your ads going to, all these places, if you leave it as automatic. And while that might be good for some people, that's not necessarily good for us for two reasons. One, we don't want our content being shown not only to people who find it irrelevant, but in a irrelevant form of delivery. What do I mean by that? If you're watching a video on cooking, and just because you got in your cache somewhere, you were on BeatStars one time, or you bought a beat from somebody fucking 2 weeks ago, or whatever it might be, and all of a sudden you're watching this cooking video, and then an ad comes up, a video ad comes up of somebody's beat, man, you ain't gonna be interested in that. You're gonna wait that 10 seconds, that however 30 seconds, however long it is before you can skip that ad and get back to your video. So you don't want it to be delivered in an incorrect way either. So what we want to do here, and the second reason is you don't know where your data is coming from if you have them all bunched together. Facebook doesn't tell you that. Like if you have it all together, it'll give you your numbers, but you can't tell, okay, this is coming from Facebook. Okay, this is coming from Instagram. This is coming from this or that and the third. And it's important for us to know that information. I want to know personally what ad is performing better on what platform. Is this ad performing better on Facebook? Is it performing better on Instagram? I personally want to know that stuff because I can use it later to grow, you know? So what I typically do, I'm going to uncheck Instagram feed. I'm going to uncheck the marketplace because who's buying beats on the Facebook marketplace? Video feeds. I will leave that in there actually because that is basically like a suggested video, much like on YouTube. That plays automatically, much like YouTube. So we're going to leave that there. I used to uncheck Facebook stories because they didn't used to be as effective as they are now. But I have repented and changed my ways on that. So we're going to keep Facebook stories in there. We're going to uncheck Instagram because, you know, I highly suggest that you do one ad for Facebook, one ad for Instagram. You set it all up on Facebook and Ads Manager, but you want to separate them so you know where everything's coming from. In-stream video, absolutely not, because that was that video ad I was just telling you about. You know what I mean? You're watching a recipe, how to make something, trying to make for dinner. All of a sudden, my beat video comes up there. Nah, I don't want that. In an article, same shit. I don't want that. Ads and sites, goodbye. So now the only place my ads are showing up is in your news feed, your suggested videos, because I targeted you to it, and I already know you're going to be interested in that next video if you stick around to watch it, and then your Facebook stories. That's about it. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. You set your budget, daily budget, whatever you want to do. It's $20 by default, I think, just based off of another ad I ran last time. Click continue. You're going to get presented with two ads or two options for your ad creative. This is your ad creative. This is the ad itself. You're going to get faced with two options. One is to create an ad. One is to use an existing post. I personally recommend that you post the content on your Facebook fan page first and then run an ad against that instead of just creating an ad here. Because if you create an ad here, it doesn't show up on your page. Like everybody outside of who saw the ad, they're not gonna be able to see that. But if it's based off an existing post, that's on your page forever. So even if people did not see your initial ad, when they go to your Facebook page, they're gonna see the results from it. They're gonna see those numbers. And if you got a Facebook fan page that's full of fucking posts that got tons of engagement on it, you're gonna look pretty good. So I would suggest post it first, then click existing post. You're gonna go down here, you're gonna select the creative. And this is also another cool thing because then you can use posts for different ads later, which I think is pretty tight. So this is my J. Cole type beat. Boom, boom, boom. As you can see, I already got my social awareness up, my social proof up a little bit. 400 engagements, 65 shares, 8 comments. Not crazy good, not even like I'd say that's decent. That's enough. That's enough to start on to the next step. I got some numbers behind it. I don't need anything crazy. I can get to the next step. But right now, we're on this first step. We're driving our social proof up, our brand awareness. That's pretty much it. Except the only thing to point out, and I don't have an option right here because it's already set up, there's going to be an option right about here in this little area that says call to action. Use it. Get your beat link, put it in there. It'll give you a bunch of options for shop now, view now, listen now, download now. It gives you a bunch of different options. I use shop now because I ain't trying to waste anybody's time. I want to make it really clear that, like, you got to pay for this beat. You know, I don't want to have any of the conversations of, oh, can I use this for non-commercial? Can I use this for, I just want to eliminate that altogether. So I use the shop now. Use the call to action. When you set it up, it looks just like that. You know, beatstars.com, For the Family by D Lynch, shop now. My caption was throwback to one of my most popular beats, which is true. This was one of my most leased beats. It's actually become a theme song of a podcast, which you guys should all go check out, The Witty Committee on Smash Brothers Radio. It's my fam right there. You guys should go show them support, give them a sub. So it's pretty, you know, that's pretty simple. You know, you can write whatever you want. I typically recommend, you know, keep it simple at first. You know, I wrote what I wrote because this was actually targeted to, you know, people that have engaged with me before. But, you know, keep it simple for your first one. And you got to remember, this is cold traffic. These people don't know you yet. So you don't want to come on too strong right away and be like, hey, fan, I got these beats that are, you know, $25 MP3 lease. You get it now. You get 20% off. And you're like, that's great. I admire initiative. But we'll get to that. Just for now, just leave it J. Cole type beat, For the Family. Click the link to listen more, or listen in high quality, or wherever you want to put. I wouldn't even put anything like to lease it to. You don't want to get there yet. You got to establish trust with somebody. It's like, you know, going on a date with somebody, and then, you know, if you're just jumping into, hey, lease, it's like going on a date with somebody and being like, within 5 minutes, you know them, asking them to marry you. You know what I'm saying? Granted, leasing a beat's not that big of a commitment. It's not like getting married, but you get the point. So this is what the ad is. It's done. We click confirm. It's done. All right, so we got our first ad set up, right? So what I want to show you guys from here, this is a little secret sauce that I learned that I'm going to share with you guys right now. When you got that first ad created, you want to duplicate that ad. How you duplicate the ad? Let me go back real quick. You're going to highlight this. Let's say this is the ad that we just created. You're going to highlight it right here. You're going to click the duplicate button, right? It's going to give you an option. Duplicate it, click duplicate. I'm going to create a new ad, though, because it's going to take you to the same screen as before. It's going to not take you to all this because you're duplicating an ad that you already did. Click continue. So if you remember back to our first audiences, let me get this back to looking like the last one we just did. Hopefully I can remember the audience. We did J. Cole. We got Kendrick. Who the fuck else did I put in there? Damn, I don't even remember the other artists I'd be putting in there. Oh yeah, Kanye West and Jay-Z. Right. Kanye West and Jay-Z. All right, so what we want to do, right? We're gonna put down our narrow guys again. Narrow it down. Rapping. Just bear with me here for a second. I promise I gotta point to all this. Hip hop artist. Maybe we'll even edit this out. I don't really know yet. Singer-songwriter. All right, so we got singer-songwriter. In there, what we're gonna do now is we are actually going to take out 2 of the artists on our list, right? I'm gonna take out 2 artists who I feel like closely resemble each other the most, and then leaving the other 2 artists I feel that closely resemble each other the most. And I'll get to why I'm doing this here in a second. So we're gonna take out Jay-Z, Kanye West. We're gonna actually now go down to where we click narrow further. We're gonna actually click exclude people. and we are going to exclude Kanye West and Jay-Z. And the reason for doing this, there's actually 3 reasons. And I'll try to get through them really quick. Number 1, this will allow you to test what audiences work better than the other ones. So I want to know, instead of just bunching them together and hoping for the best, I intentionally picked 4 artists. So I can set up one ad which kind of acts as the core ad, which is J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Kanye West. You know what I mean? That's going to be the core. That's going to be what I duplicate the other ads for. Now I'm going to use that duplicate ads kind of as split testing. You might hear that a lot. You may have already heard that a lot. One of the things about advertising on social media, I'll have to edit that fucking motorcycle out. 3, 2, 1. One of the things about advertising on social media is it's really, really important to test things, man. Even if you've been doing this a long time and you got it down to a science, chances are you got it down to a science, first of all, from testing a bunch of shit. And higher chances are, if you do have it down to a science, you're doing this anyway like a madman, because this is how we figure out what actually works and what doesn't work. So 1, this will allow you to test the audience. 2, it creates what's called a non-overlapping ad set, which means that if you already saw one of my ads because you like J. Cole, but you don't necessarily fuck with Kanye West, you still saw one of my ads. You know what I mean? You don't want to keep showing it to the same person over and over, at least not yet. We'll get to that with retargeting, but I want my first couple ads, because it's all about brand awareness. It's all about social proof right now. I want it to hit as many people as possible. So I don't want my ad sets to overlap. And then the third reason is because what I just said, I want as many fucking people as possible to see it. So why not run a bunch of split tests to find out what it works? And it's only going to double my views anyway, triple my views, depending on how it goes. You don't really know how an ad's going to go until you go. Edit our placements again. You know what? Nah, I already showed you how to do that. This is going to be already set up because you're going to duplicate the ad. You can change the budget to whatever you want. If you want to do $20 on, if you have a certain amount that you don't want to go above, if you got $20 a day on one and you don't want to go above your budget, you can do $5 on one duplicate, $5 on another. However you want to break it up, entirely up to you. So that's it. That's it for the next one. You're going to click continue. Your creative is going to be there. And click continue, publish. That's it. You ain't changing anything else but this. When this ad comes up, you're going to duplicate this ad, right? And then you're going to do the exact opposite. So we'll close that. We'll put Jay-Z and Kanye. Oops, I got to pick them individually, not at the same time. Kanye West back in the mix. We'll take out J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. Just, for example purposes, so you guys see again exactly what I did. Right where you clicked narrow further for the first ad, click exclude people. Now we got our first ad that excluded Jay-Z and Kanye West, but had J. Cole and Kendrick in it. Now we're going to do the exact opposite. We're going to exclude J. Cole, Kendrick, Lamar. So click continue, publish. Now this one might trip your eyes out a little bit, but you guys will just have to bear with me for a second because there's a method to the madness, right? So after that is done, what the fuck did I get back there? You're gonna click, all right, just edit that out. You're gonna click duplicate again, right? But this time, you ain't gonna mess with anything. Nothing, none of it. You're gonna take out all the audiences, right? Everything that you just set up from that first app. I know this sounds crazy. Just bear with me. You're gonna take out everything. Your detailed targeting, everything, your age, it's gonna go 1865 plus. You're gonna do basically no targeting. It's fucking ridiculous, and I know it sounds ridiculous. Click continue, publish, right? What you're gonna do is The reason for this, again, is because you're trying to reach as many people as possible. This is how you're going to reach a very, very large portion of the internet all at one time. What you're going to do from then on is you're going to go back to your home page, and you are going to, let me see if I can. I got all these different ad accounts in here. Like I said, I do a bunch of different work for different people. I hate this new platform. Okay, so you're gonna watch and monitor these ads that you just created, right? You're gonna watch the performance. See if I can pull up some past performances. Lifetime, there we go. Right, so you're gonna see all these numbers here. You know what I mean? All your post engagements, everything. You're gonna monitor. You're gonna pay attention to which one of these ads is doing the best. You're gonna be able to tell by these first few. You're gonna have your results, your reach, your impressions, your cost per result. That's what you're gonna really want to measure up at first, is your cost per result versus the actual results that you're getting. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the budget away from the ads that are performing the worst, and then you're gonna add it to the budget that is performing the best, because right now you're just testing. None of this is ingrained in stone. You're just trying to figure out what is working the best. Now it's probably going to look like that first or that last one that you did, that we're not targeting anybody who's performing the best, but you have to remember you're not targeting to a relevant audience. That is just helping get your numbers up faster. It might seem like a little cheat code. It might seem like cheating. I don't know. Maybe it is. But, you know, in a day and age where social proof is really important and even really, really hard to get, give it a shot. You don't got to do it. I'm just telling you my little secret sauces. You know what I mean? So, but you're going to take away from the budget whatever is doing the worst. You're going to put it towards whatever is doing the best. You're going to stick with that. After you get your social proof up, what you're going to do from there is you're going to create another ad, a new ad. We're going to click create. This time we're going to do it for traffic, for clicks, because now that we got our social proof, now we want to drive data to that pixel that we set up in the very beginning. If you remember, we set up that pixel that's attached to our BeatStars. We want to get all that information now. So we're going to set up ad for traffic. It's called demo. It's really, really similar to the process of setting up the first ad. So I'm not going to bore you with creating the whole audience again. I'm just going to show you the differences. And they're very fucking slight differences. So you should be able to understand them pretty easily. We got traffic, okay, right here. Where we want it to go to. Our website, app, messenger, WhatsApp. We're going to do website, obviously. Trying to drive traffic to our BeatStars. Set up our audience again, just like how we had it before. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, that whole spiel. I feel like this video is already long, so I'm not going to go through that again. But we'll click continue. You're going to go back to your existing post. You're going to click the post that you just did. Click continue. Your call to action is already going to be set up. I would recommend turning on your conversion tracking, which is down here at the very bottom, and turn that pixel on, that Facebook pixel. You want to make sure it's actually firing and that you're not doing this for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Click confirm. Boom. Good to go. So now what's going to happen from here, right? Let me go back to this homepage. What's going to happen from here is now, instead of optimizing just for engagements, Facebook is actually going to optimize for clicks. So meaning that it's not going to charge you money until people are clicking on your ads. And now when they click on your ad, so basically when that's set up, it's going to send data to this pixel, which again tracks everything that happens on our websites. What we're going to do with this information actually now is we're going to create custom conversions. And we're going to use this to retarget to the people that aren't engaged with us before. So when you click create a custom conversion, this is the web page that's going to show up. I don't know why this is here. This keyword thing, this URL keyword thing is the dumbest thing. It means absolutely nothing. It's irrelevant. You can type in whatever you want. It does not matter. Name your conversion. We'll do add to cart. This one. Boom. Click create. Boom. That's simple. Okay, custom conversions. This is what we're basically doing right now is we're creating actions that we want people to take on our websites that we're going to optimize our ads to later. So again, stupid keyword thing, we're going to type in whatever. Another one we want to do, what was it, play? What's the category here? Let me see what the category is. So we got purchase. Yeah, obviously we want purchases actually. So we'll do purchases because these are the actions that we want people to take, right? So we'll do purchase, add to cart, boom. I don't think there's too many more that you want to do with beat selling. There might be a couple more that you guys could get into. Let me pull up these categories. Add payment info. I mean, that seems kind of redundant. Complete registration, contact, donate, find location, lead, purchase schedule. I know for a lot of you guys, and they got subscribed to, for a lot of you guys, you know, you want to get emails. Everybody should have an email list. So obviously we all want to build on the email list. If you ever run an ad to where, you know, you're just trying to get emails, I guess you could use lead. So we'll just use, you know, lead. And now this is all going to be based on like actions that actually get taken on your website. So you have to collect a certain amount of data from your pixel for that to actually work. It really won't work unless you got about 1,000 hits going to that specific custom conversion. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do anything. It's too low for Facebook to actually work with it. You know what I'm saying? This is for the last month. See, even the last month, I haven't been getting enough data to any of this stuff to really run a conversion. I'd have to go off of, I had to create a custom one. I want to take it back a little bit. And this is simply just because I haven't been running ads too heavy. I've been kind of focused towards something else, which I'm going to do a different video on, just Google Ads. Sorry, Facebook. It's not that I don't love you. It's that I just wanted to taste greener pastures. It's fucking stupid. I'm going to have to edit this all out because I keep fucking up. Whatever. Let me do it any further back than a month. Okay, we'll edit all that out. That was fucking dumb. So anyway, yeah, you want to have about 1,000 hits going to each, but you know, that's why we want to push these ads. When more that you push these ads, they're active, these numbers will be a lot higher than as if they're not active. You know what I'm saying? So we have a custom conversion set up. We also want to make custom audiences because you want to target the people that are already engaged with your ads. So we're going to open up that little drop where everything's at. We're going to click audiences. You're going to click create audience, which for some reason mine is grayed out, and that might be because I have too many. I have a lot of audiences, but I'll open one up that I've already done just so you can get it. So this are your custom audiences. This is the data that you actually collect from your ads. These are the people that either have already seen your ads or they're the people that have similar browsing habits. As you can see, actually for this ad that we just set up, let me open this up. Close out that one, open this one. It actually shows you the size of the people that I set up for this. What you can do when you set this up to click create audiences, apparently I'm at the max, so I can't make any more. But it's really easy. You're gonna click create audience, you give it a name, it gives you a source to pick it from. You're gonna click video. when you click video, it'll pop up with a screen. It'll let you pick the video from the ad that you just set up. You just click that, and then it'll give you an option to what percentage of the video that you want to use. So people that either watch 2% of it, 25% of it, 75% of it, all of it, whatever, you can set it up to that. This specific one was for at least 50%, which I only got 4,000 people out of that. So maybe in hindsight, I wanted to go a little bit lower than 50%, but it also depends on how specific you want to get with your targeting. I picked 50% because I wanted to get people that were really interested in it and interested enough to sit there and watch almost the whole thing, at least half of it. You know what I mean? When you set up your audience, I'll open it up from here. Let me go back to this other one because it'll give you all the information when it's actually set up. Just so you can see from another ad I did. Sauce and Boy, size 14,000. I think this one was a little bit low. I think this was 25% of the video. You can create a lookalike audience, which I'm about to show you how to do. And it'll also show you the audience usage from any ads you might have done before, which is actually pretty nifty. I like that. I think that's a new little feature. So anyway, going back to our custom audience, right? This is the one we just set the mock ad up for, so we're gonna stick to this one. After you have your custom audience set up, and click actions. Because these are the people that already saw your ad, right? So these are people that you're gonna retarget to. But I'm gonna show you guys something that's really powerful too. You're gonna go over here and click actions. You're gonna click create a lookalike audience. Now this is where it gets dope, right? What you're gonna do, select your lookalike source, boom, select my custom audience, click, it'll say value-based sources, you can click other sources, no matches found. I don't know what's up with that. You should have a whole bunch of shit that comes up. It's been a little bit since I've done this, so I think it's just a little dated. I haven't really been running Facebook ads in the last 2 months, but whatever. Select audience location. North America, United States. This new layout is terrible. All right, so we're gonna select our locations. Now we're gonna click select our audience size. So it's gonna give you this option from that goes from 0% all the way to 10%. If you look below, it says audience size ranges from 1% to 10% of the combined population of your selected locations. A 1% lookalike consists of the people most similar to your lookalike source. Increasing the percentage creates a bigger, broader audience. Remember, we're in a very tight niche. So we want our audience to be as closely resembled to the original source, being the first ad. And this custom audience we just built from these first 2 ads, we're gonna click 1% because we want them to be close. But I want you guys to pay attention to something. Look at what that number of the size of that audience is. So just because you spent a little bit of time and a little bit of money setting up those first 2 ads, the first one for engagement, the second one for clicks, you now have an audience of 2.3 million new people. Do you know how fucking remarkable that is? You know how hard it used to be to reach 2.3 million people, especially for only a little bit of money? I think in that first ad, I spent $100, maybe I think less than that. It didn't seem like it was a lot. I think it was about like $50 that I spent on that ad. So I spent $50 to reach 2.3 million new people. And not only 2.3 million new people, but 2.3 million new people that I know are going to be interested in my shit. Why? Well, because I already ran an ad. And the ad told me so. And then I already set up a custom audience based off of the people that engage with that ad in a positive light. And now I'm using that source to let Facebook find 2.3 million new people that would also like my content. So you're gonna create an audience off of this. So from there, you're gonna let that populate. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes for it to populate. Then you're gonna have your audience of 2.4 million people. So this is what you're gonna do with those people, right? That lookalike audience. You're gonna take them back through steps 1, steps 2, meaning your engagement ad and then your ad for clicks. This is how you eliminate cold traffic. These people might be considered cold traffic in hindsight, but we already know they're going to be interested because they're based off of a warm audience that we warmed up through our first 2 ads. You catch my drift? So you're going to warm them up very, very quickly because you already know that it's going to be interested, but you're never going to get truly cold traffic again. There's never going to be a shot in the fucking dark again. You know what I mean? So you're going to take them back through steps 1 and 2. Engagement, clicks, your lookalike audience. Now what you're going to do with your custom audience that you just created, the people that already saw ads 1 and 2, the people that already went through the first 2 steps, you're going to set up an entirely new ad. Going back through that process that I just showed you guys with the targeting and all of that good stuff. But now what you're going to do, you're going to set it up for clicks again. This is going to be your retargeting. You're going to set it up for clicks again, right? But now this time in your creative, I want you to offer them something. And this is where you're going to actually go and create an ad instead of using an existing post. Let me open this back up, show you what I mean. We're almost to the end here, guys. Shout out to y'all that have stuck with this the whole time. I know this is a lot of information, but it's what you need to do. It's what you need to know to actually have successful Facebook ad campaigns. Again, I've done this a lot. You guys can see it just on my own ad account. I got other ad accounts, as you guys can also see, that I'm in charge of, that I manage for other people. So, you know, I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. We'll start over, right? I'm going to go through all the bells and whistles of the audience again, because you guys already know the deal. It's going to be literally just your custom audience, right? So actually, let me show you how to select that. What the fuck am I saying? Instead of going and typing in J. Cole, all of that, when you see your audience, you're going to click Use Save Audience. You're going to find the one that you just did. Sorry, it's right here in Custom Audiences. Run that out. We'll edit that out. 3, 2, 1. So what you're going to do when you open this up, right, it's going to be a little different. It's actually a lot easier. You're not going to go through the whole adding J. Cole. You're not going to go through the whole narrowing audience. You're going to do that once. You're only going to do that once in your very first 2 ads before you create your audiences, before you have your lookalike audience, before your custom audience. You're only going to do that once. From now on, this is what I want you guys to do. You're going to go over here where it says custom audiences, right? You're going to click on that. It's gonna open this. You're gonna click this tab that says custom audience. We had the For the Family views. That was our custom audience. You're gonna click that. Nothing else. You can narrow it down if you want, but we already had a specific age group, so you know, fuck it, we'll do it anyway. We'll narrow it down to 35 just to play it safe. 1835. Go down here, click continue. Now what you actually want to do here is you actually want to create an ad, right? When you go to create the ad, you're going to get a couple of options. You're going to get a single image or video, collection, carousel. Carousels are kind of dope for beats because you can give them a variety of stuff. That's up to you. If you just want to stick to this one specific beat, like if there's just one specific beat that's like really just killing it, and you just kind of want to stick with that one, that's cool. You can pick single video. It'll give you an option for templates, all that. No. No, I want a video. You guys have to bear with me. I'm actually trying to figure out this New layout. It's kind of nuts. So anyway, we're gonna click add media. Obviously, click add video. We're gonna find our video from before. It's already uploaded from last time. Boom, it's right there. We're gonna click continue. So all this stuff is pretty much gonna be the same, right? So what I want you to do this time, because you're targeting people that already saw that video, I want you to do something like, and you can customize this however you want, but I kind of like to make these personalized because, you know, kind of want to build a relationship. I feel like in 2019, like, because everything is online and we're all selling beats on the internet and all this, like, I feel like people have really let the art of relationship cultivating kind of slip through their fingers. They feel like it's not as important when that's not true, for one. And two, it's just like, you know, this game is all about relationships. So I like to make it a little bit personal, like, hey fam, you can make it as professional or as casual as you want. Here's a coupon for 20% off of that beat you were checking out. All beat leases rather, or you can do like buy one get one free. And a lot of producers would be like, dude, I ain't doing this. I ain't devaluing my beats. And listen, this is business, all right? People like getting a deal, especially the first time of them doing business with you. 9 out of 10 times, this is going to be what actually gets somebody to pull out their credit card and pay you the money, is because you're giving them a good deal. You know what I'm saying? So don't think of it as devaluing yourself. Think about it as cultivating a relationship. Think about it as, you know, an introductory to something. A lot of places, you'll go to places and they'll give you something, you know, some kind of discount, maybe even a freebie in your first go around. You know what I mean? There's a lot of barbershops. You go get your hair cut and it's their first time there. They'll do a bunch of extra stuff. They'll shave you up, clean up your eyebrows, give you the hot towel on your face. You know what I mean? Because they want you to come back. It's just good business. So don't look at it as like, oh, bro, my fucking beats are worth way more. Like, listen, fam, you got to take your ego out of this. You got to start thinking about yourself like a business, because newsflash, buddy, that's what you are. So set up some kind of an offer, man, something to like really sink people in with. You know, here's a coupon to get 20% off. All beats are buy one, get one free. We'll say fucking, I'll just make one up. We'll do like, use promo code fall 20 at checkout. And that's it. It's that simple. Like, you just put the link to the beat. You go to your beat store, you copy the link, you put it right there in your website URL. You put your little call to action, learn more, shop now, apply now, download. You know, it gives you all these options just like it did your first go around. You know, like I said, I like to do shop now just because it just signifies what I'm trying to get you to do. You know what I mean? I'm cutting out all the guesswork out of it, especially because now I'm trying to get you over to actually buying something from me. So now I want to be really clear about it, especially because I'm offering you a free beat for buying one, and I'm giving you 20% off that beat. So now the people that saw my first couple ads, they're going to see this. They had interest in it. They're going to see this. This is where you're going to start to see leases from your ads, as long as your ad's actually working. And you can't beat yourself up if you did all these steps and all of a sudden, like, you're still not getting leases. It just means you got to change something about the ad. It could be the smallest thing. It could be the way what you wrote in the text. Maybe it was too casual. Maybe it was too formal and it sounded like it was coming from the script. Maybe the deal didn't make sense. It could be a lot of fucking different things. It can be down to the picture that you use. Like, you can't see J. Cole's face right there in the image that I use. So Okay, maybe I'm not getting leases from this. Let me try a different image where you can actually see dude's face, because people like faces. It's psychology. It's like psychologically proven. You know what I mean? So that's something else I'll get into in another video. But it could be a number of things. Just keep trying them. But this step where you start to retarget people is generally where you're gonna start seeing sales, and how you can dive in from it even deeper than there, because the more that you run this, the more data that you're going to actually get to that pixel. Is you can do this same thing from using your pixel. So when you have all that data going to your pixel, what you're going to do from there, when you got like thousands of hits going to your pixel, and click create ad. We're going to do this time, we're going to go for conversions. We're going to convert people to paying customers. After we click conversions, this page is going to come up. It looks real similar like the rest of it, but the only difference is now we're going to use our pixel information, right? It's going to be a little bit different than what we did before. This looks a lot like when you set it up for click. So when it says website, you're going to click select a conversion event, because choose where you want to drive traffic, then select a pixel event. When we want to drive traffic to our website, we want these actions to be taken on our website. I'm going to click website, add to cart. I'm going to target all the people that added to cart. I want to get those people that abandoned the cart, or I want to, I don't know, somebody that, excuse me, 3, 2, 1, or somebody that, you know, already bought from me and maybe I want to, you know, sell them something else later down the road. We're going to do add to cart, narrow it down just in case, you know, anybody slipped through the cracks. 18 to 35. Hit continue, and then it takes us back to this. It's the same thing as before. You've already done this a bunch of times, so you know how this is going to go. The only difference is now that we're targeting this ad to all the people that were on our pixel, people that already took actions on our websites. And I know, again, I know that this is a lot of information to try to process, but it's very, very simple for the most part. It's just a lot of work. You can kind of see now how these things kind of all work in tandem with each other. It's a step-by-step process, you know what I mean? And this is really with all the sales. We should actually all be thankful for Facebook ads, because Facebook ads have made this a lot easier to accomplish, dude. And imagine trying to do, because this is the same principles that have always applied. Facebook didn't create these principles. Facebook ads didn't create these principles. Facebook ads actually made this process a lot easier, because imagine trying to do this without Facebook ads. I'm sure it was a nightmare. I would have hated to be a marketer before then. You know what I mean? But you gotta see how all these things work in tandem together. And if you really master this, you can really, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's a magic bullet to making beat sales, and it's not gonna be like the one thing that really takes your beat business to the top, because it's a lot of things all working at once. And just like how all of these little bits, nuts and bolts, and these Facebook ads work in tandem together, everything else that you do is going to work in tandem towards a bigger picture. Facebook ads is just one piece to your arsenal. Google ads will be another piece to your arsenal, which we'll get in another video. You know, everything that you do is just going to be one more piece to your arsenal that you can use to build on small wins every day and build up that brand more and more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. You know, if you're doing this consistently, I know it's a little bit difficult at first, especially because the first couple ads you're spending money and you're not really getting money back. And it takes all these steps and all this stuff to actually start making money back. But if you stick with it and you're consistent and you do it correctly, it's going to be a really, 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 really powerful tool. And it can help you drive constant sales, because at the very least, if this ad doesn't get you a whole bunch of return on investment right away, which for some reason everybody's fucking so concerned with the immediate return on investment, which is stupid of me. Maybe we'll do another video about that. But, you know, at the very least, you're getting brand awareness about this, out of this, rather. You're getting brand awareness out of this. You're building more people to add to your following. Like, people are going to fuck with it as long as it's good content. If those people fuck with it and they keep seeing your content and keep seeing your content, eventually they're going to build a level of trust with you and be like, oh, this guy's working, this chick's working, whatever. And, you know, they deserve my money because they've been putting in the work. I trust them because they obviously care a lot about their brand. Because, like, let's be honest, nobody's going to trust any brand that suffers from discipline. Let's be honest, if you don't have the discipline to be consistent with your work, you probably don't have the discipline to give me my beat on time. You probably don't have the discipline to help me out in a timely manner if I have a customer service, you know, issue or whatever. You know, you probably don't have the discipline to actually, you know, help me push my own brand and my own career path forward. So that's really why we work with people. That's really why we collaborate with them. It's, you know, obviously it's about different creative minds and that different energy, but like, let's be real, there's a business aspect to it too, you know? So yeah, man, if you keep doing all this stuff and you do it consistently, this could really help. But I'm gonna quit rambling. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. Like I said, my first official YouTube video, so I'm getting a little bit used to this whole YouTube format. I picked a hell of a fucking topic to do on my first YouTube video because this was long as hell. I promise you, not all these videos would be this long. You know, maybe next time when we do Google ads, it might be just about as long, but the typical video won't be this long. I love your feedback. Let me know how I did, what I can improve on, what you guys would like to see in these videos, you know, what kind of topics you guys would love me to cover, whatever. I want to hear all of that. Smash that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you know when I drop videos, when I got these new ones coming out. I'm going to be trying to do this once a week. And of course, you already know I'm dropping beats daily. I've been doing that so far without fail. I intend on keeping it that way. Drop that smash button on the subscribe button. Hopefully you guys join the family. Much love, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.